All right, so the first question that was asked is, what could have NASA done differently in the Challenger space or the Challenger mission? First off, there were so many technical difficulties throughout the whole process. They should have postponed it further, months and months further down the road. But one of the main problems they had was with the thrusters on the sides of the rocket to help give it enough velocity to leave Earth's atmosphere. The problems they were having was the O-rings weren't sealing properly, and they tried to tighten it closer to the rocket. And so what happened was, whenever it would fire up, the casings, the boosters would shift and cause bubbling, and cause it to not work properly. The night before the launch itself, they had a big teleconference with a bunch of engineers, and all the engineers came with concerns of it being too cold during the launch, but NASA kind of bypassed it, and none of the engineers signed off on it. And so they continued with all the problems with the O-rings, with the temperature being too cold. And the day of the launch, during the countdown, they kept asking, and the engineers kept saying no. So NASA should have taken the word. The people who were building it should have taken their word and said, all right, well, we gotta take some more time on this. But instead they wanted to do this because of political reasons, pressure from other countries and continents to race them to be out of space. Now, what should have Roger done differently? Roger should have, I feel like he should have stood up and been a little bit more aggressive in saying his point of views and saying, no, this isn't okay, we're doing this is too fast, it's not doing well. And yeah, he would have gotten fired probably, but he could have potentially saved the lives of those astronauts. And I mean, he's a smart guy. I know probably one of his dreams to work for NASA in space, but he would have been able to get back on his feet doing another profession because he's very smart, very brilliant. So I think the public safety was a little more important than just kind of sitting under the radar. Now the last question is, at what balance should you have between loyalty to management and loyalty to the public or public safety? Now, obviously, you want to make your management happy, because if you keep management happy, you'll have a job, you'll help them out in many different ways. But if you see ethical issues, then that's where you need to stand up and share what you think, because public safety is definitely more important than a loyalty to management. And I think this is a great example of that. Too many people sat back and let NASA take over and just do what they wanted to do because of pressure from other outside sources rather than interior sources. And so this is something that we can learn from, but it is very important to find your own code of ethics and try your best to live as closely to those as you can.